Little disclaimer before we start with the method right here. Like many other people have mentioned in several of my videos, because there's always people adding very valuable feedback that I value very much, where you didn't mention this, you didn't mention that. Have in mind that these guides, I make them as simple as possible. I am very much aware that if you invest into this kind of skill or you do this other kind of stuff, yes, you can potentialize the stuff in here a little bit more. I am going to treat you in this guide as if you were a level 1 and you don't have to invest into alchemy, into dialogue, into things like that, which I am going to show you at the end of the video, some of the things that you can do to furthermore improve this method that I'm about to show you right now. But just all in all, this is just going to be as a simplified guide to help you level up all the way to 30, your sneaking, even your agility and your thievery to level 30 in just a couple of minutes, as easy as it gets. And the first and foremost, first of everything, we are going to have the pickpocketing minigame. This is something that you'll be able to do since the very start of the game. But my recommendation, there is a very good recommendation. You should wait until you are on nighttime. And when you're on nighttime, you should go towards an inn, to a tavern. This can be done from the very first stage of the game. The reason for this being is that you don't want to be opening locks when you don't have enough level, because if you don't have enough level, people are going to hear you when they notice that you're lock picking. They're going to get up and then they're going to go look for you. So essentially, the gist of everything, what you want to do is look for a tavern, because on taverns there's always going to be tenants sleeping, or even the doors to the places of the owners of the place, they are going to be open. My advice is that early on you don't pick locks for houses at night, because they can hear you and then you cannot take advantage of this little thing that I have for you right here. Then, what you're going to want to do is spam the pickpocketing minigame. And by spamming it, I mean steal one thing. You can steal all of the things at the same time, but that's not what you want to do, because you're going to get experience every time that you are successful. So you are going to steal everything that they have for you at that time, but you're going to do it one by one, because that's going to gradually increase your thievery. Although a little word from today's sponsor, Boot.dev is the most interactive and fun way to learn coding. Now, to learn coding, you actually need to write a lot of code. That's something that needs to be done, and there's a lot of that in here, with a whole bunch of tools that make it so that you're never bored. And you can write your code, you can test your code. There's an incentivize here for critical thinking, where you propose the solutions, or you can use the AI pet whenever you feel that you're struggling way too much. You use the solution on the website. You can run your code with the solutions that it offers to you, or you can just test it to see where did you made a mistake or not. You learn with this focus on RPG making, with kind of quests or stuff that you would have while developing an RPG. Like, for example, if you had this code, how much damage would you get from a sword slash, or how much damage would that differentiate everything from a mace strike? It's really good stuff. Now, whether you're a student and you want to side this with college, or learn from the ground up to increase your income, since according to the Stack Overflow, median salary in the US in 2023 is about 100k yearly. And you can try it for yourself without any kind of cost or commitment by using the code that I'll have for you in the video description and the pinned comment down below as well. If for some reason that you decide that this is actually good for you and you want to continue using this thing, you can use the 25% discount using my code if you want to continue with the course. Now, once you have gotten your thievery all the way to level 12, let's say, maybe, yeah, I'd say 12 is fine. At this point, I'm going to show you what should you be doing here. We're going to start picking locks. Ideally, my personal favorite place that I like to do this is on Gutenberg, but if you're not here yet, there's many main towns in the first region of the game where you're going to be able to do this method just fine. Just have in mind that here is where you're going to let's assume that you should already have like about 12 points into Thievery by night, and there's a couple of things that you are going to want to take. First, from stealth, you are going to need the one that it's going to be the quick hand, because this means that people is no longer going to hear you whenever you are pickpocketing. Well, not pickpocket. Whenever you're lockpicking. This means that you can go to houses, you can enter the house, lockpick the lock, and then you can enter the house, and no one should be able to hear you right now because of this perk that you have right here. So this is one of the first ones that you should be taking whenever you're leveling up your stealth. And then everything that we can take for the minigames that we are using to level up in here. So sticky fingers, this is for the pickpocket minigame. Also the nimble fingers, that's useful as well. The silent fiddler, this is going to be a must because it's going to be more silent whenever you're lockpicking. So this is a must. This is the first one that you need to take when it comes to leveling up your thievery, because we are going to level it up on one single go. So don't worry about choosing this or that I can take or that one I cannot. Choose this one first because you're going to level up all the way to 30 in one single go. And then we have the Toolmaster, which is very, very useful because your picks, it's easier for you to generally pick locks because of this thing right here. Now, one extra little something, this is something that also you can go to any region. You just need to find someone. If you're not investing yourself into alchemy, you can just find someone that makes potions, and then you're going to purchase one very specific potion from them, which I'll show you right here. It's the quick fingers potions, I believe. Yeah, the quick finger potions. This is going to increase your pickpocketing, your thievery by 6 points. Let's assume again that you're lockpicking right now, your thievery, it's level 12. If you use one of those things, it's going to increase it all the way to 18, meaning that now you can open the most difficult locks on the game, just for a short period of time. And this is where we're finally established, and this is what we're going to be spamming. Ideally, then again, this should be done on Gutenberg, on the city. Because yes, the pickpocketing minigame is going to allow you to level up your thievery all the way to 30. However, you're not going to actively be leveling your agility, which is very useful for ranged weapons as well, for swords. You're not going to be leveling up your stealth that easy. So in here, it's like it's being retroactive with everything that we are doing. So essentially, you're leveling up your stealth because you're inside of a city. AKA, if you're not on the city, you should be on a town, and you should be sneaking, and it should be counting for everyone that's sleeping in the vicinity. And then you're going to lockpick the doors, and lockpicking the doors gives way much more experience than pickpocketing. When you are on the city, you will see these doors that I have, usually the big vendors, the big stores, they have these doors that are locked with metal. They are metal doors. Usually they give quite a whole lot of experience, and that's essentially what you want to do. General advice as well is that you don't steal anything per se, because there's different ways that you can make money. As a matter of fact, on the link in the description, there's going to be my method for making money. But in here, you're going to wait until the next day. The next day, you're going to rinse and repeat this process. You're going to level up about 3 points into stealth and thievery each night, and you're going to rinse and repeat that process until you level it up to 30. However, it's not going to be that efficient if people is looking for you because you stole everything. So if they only notice that the doors are open, not that much is going to change. The guard of the city is not going to start looking for you that actively. And since you didn't steal anything, it's not going to matter that much. So it's just a process of rinse and repeat in here. And your agility is not going to level up as fast as your thievery and your stealth by doing this, but it's still going to level up as well. I did mention that there's a couple of different things that you can furthermore enhance this. Let's say that you're actually purchasing this, well, you're actually selling the stuff that you're getting every time that you go into the thieving rampage that I just showed you, that you actually do keep all of the items that I that you stole from pickpocketing minigame if you didn't choose to engage into the pickpocket instead of lockpicking. If you have Hustler, then it's easier for you to sell all of that kind of stuff, but it's also going to increase your stealth and your thievery every time that you sell any of those items that you stole from people. Then again, this requires for you to have speech on 10, so I do not have this as a must. You don't need it, but if you happen to have speech at level 10, this is something that you can do as well. There's also potions that you can use to furthermore give you experience, but then again, those potions I believe that I personally haven't found where can you purchase them. I think that you can only make them, and I personally do not engage with alchemy, so I do not mind them that much. At the end of the day, I did manage to level up my agility, my stealth, and my thievery all the way to 30 without having to use those potions, and it just took me like a couple of runs, like 5 or 6 nights, and it was just more than enough. So that's one thing, but also you can get more experience by learning the master skill for thievery, for stealth, and you can find a master actually right here on the second map, which is on Gutenberg. If you go down here into Denmark, if you did a quest, then that's cool, but if you didn't, I think that you should still find, you should still be able to rescue this person. This person is going to be captured. If you rescue them, there's going to be the skill teacher right here, and the skill teacher, he's going to teach you the master. It costs for about 5k, but then again, remember I did mention that there's a video in the video description where I show you how to make money really easily so that you can purchase these skills and that you can start leveling up your perks a little bit faster. Anyways, if you like the content, like and never super appreciated. Nostalgia today, you gorgeous and beautiful person. You're in the day, gorgeous and beautiful person. Subscribe to the channel. You're in the Discord. Have a beautiful day and goodbye.